Hi everyone. So ये एक दूसरा क्वेश्चन है which EduSure has come up with regarding ISI PEB questions. तो ये question है on probability. Okay, so let's solve this. A bag contains 4 dice. Okay, so there's a bag. उसमें there are 4 dice. Die A is a standard fair dice. ठीक है, faces 1 to 6 है. Okay. B में it has faces 1 1 2 2 3 3. ठीक है. तो B में करते हैं. This has 1 1. 1 1 2 2 3 3. ओके. सी में क्या है? इट इज 2 2 4 4 6 6. 2 2 4 4 6 6. ओके. एंड डी हैज स्पेसेस 1 2 3 4 5 6. ओके. 1 2 3 4 5 6. But it is loaded. The probability of 6 is 0.4 and other 5 faces are equally likely. तो क्या बचा? 0.6 बचा. 0.6 divided by 5 is going to be 0.12. तो ये सारे equally likely है with probability of 0.12. Okay. Now you randomly pick one die uniformly, each with probability 1 by 4. That is the meaning. Okay. So A का probability है 1 by 4, B का probability है 1 by 4, right? तो ये सबका individual probability is 1 by 4. Then roll it once. Okay. Part A. Let X be the number rolled. Okay. उसका part 1 करते हैं यहाँ पे. Probability that X is equal to 2. Okay. So we have to find the probability that X is equal to 2. Okay. So हमारे पास ये सब information है. For probability of A, ठीक है, this is the fair die. तो इसका individual probability is going to be 1 by 6, right? 1 is equally likely, 2 is equally likely. तो individual numbers का 1 by 6 है probability. ठीक है. B के लिए it faces 1 1 2 2 3 3, right? So इसमें the probability of 1 is equal to 1 by 3, basically 2 by 6, right? And same for 2 and 3, right? Because 2 by 6 सबका आ रहा है, right? तो ये हुआ individual probabilities. Now for die C, it's got 2 4 6, तो उसका भी same होगा. So probability of 2 is equal to probability of 4 is equal to probability of 6, which is equal to 1 by 3. Okay. And die D के लिए क्या होगा? So probability of 6 is equal to 0.4. Probability of F, which is equal to 0.12, where F belongs to 1 2 3 4 5. Okay. So these are the individual probabilities. ठीक है. अब हमें क्या करना है? हमें कैलकुलेट करना है probability of x is equal to 2. ठीक है. So using the law of total probability, this probability is going to be equal to basically a summation over d, where probability d is equal to d. मतलब ये dice का मैं बात कर रही हूँ, that probability d is equal to 1, d is equal to a b c d, वैसे वाला. So these are the dice, okay, into probability of x is equal to 2 given d is equal to d. Okay, so we are going step by step. हम एक एक डाइस को पकड़ के हम उसका प्रोबेबिलिटी लेने वाले हैं. ठीक है. सो व्हाट आई मीन टू से इज कि द प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ ईच डाइस इज 1 by 4. ये तो हमें पता ही है. ठीक है. अब ये वाला पार्ट करते हैं. So probability of x is equal to 2 given given the dice a is going to be what? It's going to be 1 by 6, right? Because a is a fair die. ठीक है. Probability of x is equal to 2 given b is going to be what? Probability of x is equal to 2. ये कितना आ रहा है? 1 by 3, right? So ये 1 by 3 होगा. Probability of x is equal to 3 given dice c. तो c में जाइए. Probability, sorry, ये 2 होगा. So इसका क्या होगा? Again, it's going to be 1 by 3. And probability of x is equal to 2 given dice d is going to be what? 0.12. ठीक है. That's it. अब हमें बस summation करना है. Summation क्या होगा? 1 by 4 into 1 by 6 plus 1 by 4 into 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 into 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 into 12 by 100. बस इसे हमें कैलकुलेट करना है. तो अगर इसे कैलकुलेट करेंगे, you will get your answer to be, this answer is equal to 143 by 600. Okay, that is the answer to part A का question number 1. अब करते हैं part 2. Part 2 में क्या है? Find the probability that x is equal to odd. ठीक है. So x is odd, which is 1 3 या 5. ठीक है. तो सिमिलरली जैसे हमने फर्स्ट वाला पार्ट किया था, वैसे हम ये वाला सॉल्व करेंगे. सो पहले क्या होगा? बेसिकली इसका समेशन होगा d. Probability d is equal to d into probability of x is odd given the dice. ठीक है. So let's enumerate. तो probability that x is odd given that it comes from a. A से क्या आ रहा है? So it'll be उसके पास 1 3 5 होगा, which is going to be 1 by 6 plus 1 by 6 plus 1 by 6. That's going to be half. Okay, so ये आ गया. Probability of x is odd given b. b में क्या है? 1 2 3. ठीक है. तो इसमें बेसिकली आपके 4 आ रहे हैं. 1 1 3 3. So there are 4 odd out of 6. So 4 by 6. Okay. Probability of x is odd given c. c में कितना है? 2 4 6. इसमें 0 है. इसमें सारे even है. तो this is going to be 0. Probability that x is odd given b. इसमें क्या है? 1 3 5 है with the probability of 0.12. So this is going to be 3 into 0.12, which is going to be 0.36. अब बस हमें summation करना है. So this is going to be 1 by 4 into half plus 4 by 6 plus 0 plus 0.36, or rather 36 by 6, 36 by 100. Okay. एंड ये 1/4 बेसिकली हर एक का डाइस का प्रोबेबिलिटी है, राइट? तो इसे अगर हम सॉल्व करेंगे हमारा आंसर आ रहा है 229/600। तो यहाँ पे आई राइट 2 is 229/600। दिस इज आंसर टू पार्ट ए का पार्ट 2। अब हम करते हैं पार्ट बी। Given that you rolled a 2, what is the probability that the chosen die was die C? Okay, so probability that it is C, given that x is equal to 2, हमें ये कैलकुलेट करना है, राइट? गिवन पार्ट इज x is equal to 2 एंड हमें कैलकुलेट करना है कि the chosen die was die C. Okay, so ये होगा probability of basically Bayes theorem होगा. So this will be x is equal to 2, x is equal to 2 given that it comes from C, okay, into probability of C by probability of x is equal to 2. Okay, so from the first part, ये वाला पार्ट था पार्ट ए का क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 which was probability of x is equal to 2, ये हमारे पास ऑलरेडी है क्वेश्चन पार्ट ए का क्वेश्चन 1 was already this, ठीक है? So let's calculate the numerator. So probability of c हमें पता है this is going to be 1/4, ठीक है? तो अब जस्ट ये वाला कैलकुलेट करते हैं, what is probability of x is equal to 2 given c, ठीक है? तो ये क्या होगा c में क्या था 2 4 6, राइट? 2 2 4 4 6 6, so this is going to be 2/6 which is going to be 1/3, राइट? तो अब हमें बस इस पे वैल्यूज डालने हैं, तो इसमें वैल्यू क्या आएगा 1/3 इंटू 1/4 बाई 143/600, ठीक है? तो ये हुआ 50 एंड यू विल स्टक विद 50/143। ये आपका आंसर है टू पार्ट सी। दिस इज द प्रोबेबिलिटी दैट x is equal to 2 given given that x is equal to 2 the chosen die was die C. This is the probability, ठीक है? अब करते हैं पार्ट सी। Define a new random variable y is equal to x square minus 4x plus 4. Find expectation of y without first finding the distribution of y, ठीक है? तो इसमें बेसिकली हमें expectation of y कैलकुलेट करना है, which is equal to expectation of x square minus 4x plus 4, which is going to be equal to expectation of x square minus 4 expectation of x plus 4, ठीक है? तो अब हमें बेसिकली expectation of x square कैलकुलेट करना है and expectation of x, ओके? So let's do expectation of x पहले यहाँ पे, ठीक है? Now expectation of x के लिए हमें क्या पहले चाहिए होगा, we need expectation of x given a, okay? So given a का expectation क्या होगा? So 1 2 3 4 5 6, ठीक है? इसका summation कीजिए तो that will be 21 divided by 6 कीजिए तो you will get 21/6 which is 3 2 this is going to be 3.5, okay? Expectation of x given b, so b में क्या है 1 1 2 2 3 3, ठीक है? So this is going to be 12, okay? 12/6 is going to be 2, okay? We are just adding the components, the individual items here, 1 1 2 2 3 3, इसको summation करो and by 6 कर दो by the number of units here, okay? Similarly expectation of x given c is going to be what? Now 2 2 4 4 6 6, so that's going to be 24. 24/6 is going to be 4. Expectation of x given d is going to be the same. So यहाँ पे you can't do just 1 to 6, ठीक है? हमने 1 to 6 हमने expectation of x given a हमने इसलिए easily कर लिया क्योंकि it was the average, right? यहाँ पे weights अलग है, okay? तो you have to look at the weights, okay? So यहाँ पे weights क्या होगा 0.12 into 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 0.4 into 6, right? यहाँ पे एक weighted average type होगा, इसका वैल्यू है 4.2, okay? So अब हमें अगर full expectation कैलकुलेट करना है तो उसके लिए हम क्या करेंगे, we will need, तो हर एक का probabilities भी हमें कंसिडर करना पड़ेगा. So it will be 1/4 into 3.5 plus 1/4 into 2 plus 1/4 into 4 plus 1/4 into 4.2, right? इसका वैल्यू आ रहा है 3.425, ठीक है? यहाँ पे जस्ट फॉर द सेक ऑफ इट मैं लिख रही हूँ expectation of x is equal to 3.425, okay? Now we need to do expectation of x square. So let's erase a lot of things here. जैसे हमने किया था expectation वैसे ही हम करेंगे. You just have to square the individual numbers of each die. Okay. So expectation of x square अगर हमें कैलकुलेट करना है तो we first have to calculate expectation of x square given a. तो ये क्या होगा 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus 4 square plus 5 square plus 6 square by 6. So this is going to be 91/6. Okay. Expectation of x square given b, very easy. 1 square plus 1 square plus 2 square plus 2 square plus 4 square, sorry, plus 3 square plus 3 square. So this is going to be 9, 9, 18, 18 and 8 is going to be 26, 26 and 2, which is going to be 28. So 28/6. Expectation of x square given c is going to be what? So 2 square plus 2 square plus 4 square plus 4 square plus 6 square plus 6 square by 6. So वो आपका आ रहा है basically 112/6, okay? And similarly expectation of x square given d is going to come to be, अब इसमें भी weighted होगा तो it will be 0.12 1 square plus 2 square till 5 square plus 0.4 into 6 square which is 36. इसका वैल्यू आ रहा है let me see, this value is coming to be 21, okay? तो फाइनली हमें एक्सपेक्टेशन के क्या करना पड़ेगा, एक्सपेक्टेशन के लिए we have to do 1/4 into each of these expectations. So this will be 91/6 plus 28/6 plus 112/6 plus 21, ओके एंड फाइनली आपको आंसर मिलेगा 119/2. ओके सो एक्सपेक्टेशन ऑफ x स्क्वायर इज इक्वल टू 119/2. ओके तो ये आपका 119/8 हो रहा है. 119/2 इसका है, दिस विल बी 8. या ओके so आपका एक्सपेक्टेशन भी आ गया. So now you can put the values here. So 119/8 minus 4 into 3.425 plus 4 is going to give you expectation of y. So that is coming to be, अगर हम इसे fraction में convert करते हैं, basically, so this will become 207/40. Okay, so expectation of y is equal to 207/40. Okay, आपको exam में you have to show all these steps. ठीक है, with the necessary explanation. So this is the answer to part C का question 1. अब हमें करना है सी का पार्ट 2. Then find expectation of y again by directly computing the distribution of y to verify. Okay, so now we have to first calculate the distribution of y, and on the basis of that हमें expectation of y calculate करना है, and then we have to see कि हमें ये दोनों आंसर्स जो हमने पार्ट 1 में किया था, is it same or not. Okay ठीक है. so okay, तो हमारे पास क्या है, we have y is equal to, one second. So we have y is equal to x minus 2 whole square, right? X square minus 4x plus 4 is x minus 2 whole square. ठीक है. So we need to know x is equal to k, ठीक है, from part A, ठीक है, to get the distribution. Okay. So probability of x is equal to 1, जैसे हमने probability of x is equal to किया था from part A, वैसे ही हमें probability of x is equal to 1 करना है. ठीक है. In a similar way, okay, आपको ये सब करना है. You have to see x is equal to 1 given A, given B, given C, given D, and फिर उसके probabilities के साथ उसको करना है, right? So probability of x is equal to 1 will come to be 62/100. Okay, ये 62/100 होगा. Then probability of x is equal to 2, we already know from part A, it was 143/600. Okay, फिर probability of x is equal to 3 again in the same way. अगर आप करोगे given A, given B, given C, given D, and then the probabilities वहां से आपको ये मिलेगा, you will get 31/200. Probability of x is equal to 4 will come out to be 31/200. Probability of x is equal to 5 is going to come to be 43/150, no, 43/600. 43/600, and probability of x is equal to 6 is going to come to be 135/600. इसे थोड़ा सा चेंज कर देते हैं. So this will be 6 2 12, 6 36, 372/600. ये आपका 143 है. ये होगा 93/600. This will be 93/600. So let's see अगर सारे if all add up to be 1 or not. ठीक है. So let's check that. This is going to be this is going to be actually 31/200. So this is going to be 31/200. So this will also become 93/600. Yeah, and ये आपका add up हो रहा है to be 1. Okay, so this is going to be the distribution of x. Okay, अब हमें y का distribution चाहिए था, right? तो y के distribution के लिए हमें क्या करना पड़ेगा, y के possible values पहले calculate करने पड़ेंगे. ठीक है, so y के possible values क्या होगा. So when x is equal to 1, okay, y is going to be 1 minus 2, which is 1, which is minus 1 whole square is going to be 1. ठीक है, when x is equal to 1. When x is equal to 2, y is going to be 0. When x is equal to 3, y is again going to be equal to 1. ठीक है, so again यहाँ पे भी कर देते हैं एक साथ, x is equal to 3. Okay, x is equal to 4 में क्या होगा, 4 minus 2 whole square, so 2 square, which is going to be 4. Then x is equal to 5 में क्या होगा, it will be 9, and x is equal to 6 में it will be 6 minus 2 4 square, so it will be 16. So these are the possible values of y. ओके, सो y की प्रोबेबिलिटीज अगर मैं इसको थोड़ा और अच्छे से लिख दूं, सो y के वैल्यूज क्या होंगे, इट विल बी 0 1 4 9 16. नाउ द प्रोबेबिलिटीज क्या होंगे उसके, y इज इक्वल टू y के, सो इट इज 0 व्हेन x इज इक्वल टू 2, राइट. सो यहाँ पे आएगा 143/600. नाउ विथ 1 इट वाज दो वैल्यूज हो रहे थे x के, व्हिच वाज x इज इक्वल टू 1 एंड x इज इक्वल टू 3. ओके, तो ये दोनों को ऐड करेंगे, सो दिस इज गोइंग टू बी 186/600. 4 हो रहा था when x is equal to 4, so यहाँ पे आएगा 93/600. x is equal to 5 पे 9 हो रहा था, तो यहाँ पे 43/600 and यहाँ पे 135/600. If you add up, this is adding up to be 1. So this is the distribution of y. Okay, अब बस expectation के लिए you just have to multiply these two and add up. So expectation of y अगर आप calculate करोगे, it will be basically 0 into this probability, 1 into this probability, 4 plus 4 into this, plus 9 into this, plus 16 into this, right? तो अगर आप calculate करोगे, you will get 207/40. So you can say that दोनों जो expectations थे from between question 1 and question 2, both have been verified. Okay, so this is correct. Okay. Now we do part D. Now suppose you roll the same chosen die twice independently. Okay, same die both times, but roles independent given the die. Let x1 and x2 be the two roles. Find variance of x1, find covariance of x1, x2. Are x1 and x2 independent? Explain briefly in one sentence. Okay, so we first have to find the variance of x1, which is the first role, right? तो हम क्या करेंगे? Basically, by the law of total variance, what do we have? Variance of x1 is equal to expectation of variance of x1 given the dice plus variance of expectation of x1 given the dice. Okay, now expectation of x1 given dice क्या होगा? So basically expectation of x1 given the dice is going to be what? Mu a, which is going to be 3.5, right? A का basically expectation क्या है? This. Mu b क्या होगा? So 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 का expectation क्या है? That's going to be 2. Mu c is going to be again 2, 2, 4, 4, 6, 6 का expectation क्या होगा? 4. And mu d का weighted mean क्या होगा? It is 4.2, right? हमने total में हमने expectation calculate किया था, which was this value, right? 3.425. So mu is equal to 3.425. So variance of expectation of x1 given d, which is any die, ये क्या होगा? This will be 1 by 4 because equal probability से like equally likely है. And क्या करेंगे? Mu a minus mu whole square plus mu b minus mu whole square वैसे करना है, ठीक है? So mu a minus mu whole square plus mu b minus mu whole square plus mu c minus mu whole square plus mu d minus mu whole square. ठीक है? इसका हमें वैल्यू कैलकुलेट करना है. So you have these values. इसका वैल्यू अगर हम कैलकुलेट करेंगे, so the variance is coming to be 0.7481875. Okay, this is the variance of तो हमारे पास ये वाला वैल्यू आ गया है. Okay, now we need to calculate expectation of variance of x1 given d, right? So variance given d अगर मैं यहाँ पे करती हूँ, so let me just write it here. So variance of expectation of x1 given d is equal to 0.741875. Let me erase these things. Basically now we have to calculate expectation of variance of x1 given d. ठीक है? इसमें क्या होगा? पहले हमें variance ये inside वाला part calculate करना है and then उसका बस expectation लेना है. So that is very easy. Let us do this part first. ठीक है? जो अंदर वाला part है, which is variance of x1 given d. ठीक है? So उसमें क्या होगा? Basically variance of x1 given a. Just you have to calculate the variance of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? इसका variance अगर आप calculate करोगे, you will get it to be 35 by 12. ठीक है? Variance of x1 given b is going to be what? So just 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 का variance calculate करना है. Okay, so this will come out to be 2 by 3. Variance of x1 given c is going to be what? So 2, 2, 4, 4, 6, 6 का variance calculate करो. So the variance is going to be 8 by 3. And variance of x1 given d is going to be basically इसका वापस आपको variance निकालना पड़ेगा of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with the average thing like weighted वाला. So उसका variance is coming out to be 3.36. Okay, बस अब इसका expectation निकालना है. You know that each A, B, C, D they are equally likely. तो इसका expectation is going to be 1 by 4 into 35 by 12 plus 2 by 3 plus 8 by 3 plus 3.36. Okay, so this value is coming out to be, let me see. This value is coming out to be approximately 3.144. Okay, so बस हमें ये value अब calculate करना है. This will be 3.144. So let me see this one second. इसका वैल्यू आ रहा है द एक्सपेक्टेशन इज इक्वल टू 2.4025. अब बस हमें फाइनल इसका वेरिएंस कैलकुलेट करना है. सो दिस विल बी 2.4025 प्लस 0.741875 व्हिच इज अप्रॉक्सिमेटली इक्वल टू 3.144. ओके, सो दिस इज योर फाइनल आंसर. ओके, now we have to go to part 2. Find covariance of x1 x2. Okay, so covariance of x1 x2 when both the roles they are independent given the same die. Okay, now since they are independent हम क्या कर सकते हैं? So इसका फॉर्मूला क्या होगा? Expectation of firstly since they are independent, okay, what can we do? We can do that expectation of x1 x2 given the dice will come out to be is equal to expectation of x1 given die into expectation of x2 given die. Okay, and since they are the same, so this is going to be just expectation of x given die whole square, right? Okay, so हमें finally क्या मिलेगा covariance? It's going to be expectation of x given d इसका square. Okay, minus expectation of x square. ठीक है? Now expectation of x given d whole square. Okay, this is basically the average of mu square. Okay, this is basically average of mu square. Okay, so mu a क्या होगा? Mu a square this is going to be 12.25. Mu b is going to be what? Mu b square is going to be 4. Mu c square is going to be 16 and mu d square is going to be 17.64, राइट. दिस इज बेसिकली जो एक्सपेक्टेशन ऑफ ए बी सी है उसको बस स्क्वायर किया गया है. ओके, सो म्यू ए स्क्वायर वो सब हो गया. ठीक है. सो नाउ एवरेज ऑफ म्यू स्क्वायर. ओके, सो वी हैव टू जस्ट इसको ऐड करके डिवाइड बाय 4 करना है. सो एक्सपेक्टेशन, सो दिस वैल्यू is going to be equal to 12.25 plus 4, so basically summation of mu basic mu a square plus mu b square plus mu c square plus mu d square by 4. Okay, so ये value आ रहा है आपका, this is equal to 12.4275. 12.4275. Okay, and your expectation of x square is going to be what? And this expectation of x square is basically going to be जो 3.425 था यहाँ पे जो हमने कैलकुलेट किया था उसका बस स्क्वायर है. ओके, सो 3.425 का स्क्वायर इज कमिंग टू बी 11.730625. Okay, now all is left is you just have to subtract, right? So 12.4725. So basically covariance is going to be equal to 12.4725 minus 11.730625, which is equal to 0.741875. This is your answer. Okay, so covariance of x1 x2 is 0.741875. ठीक है. Part 3, are x1 and x2 independent? No, because covariance is not equal to 0, right? So the answer is going to be no, because they depend on the same random die choice, right? So it's going to be no. Okay, because same random die था. तो finally part E करते हैं. Let D be the random variable representing which die was chosen. Okay, so D belongs to A, B, C, D. Compute expectation of x1 into x2 given D is equal to A, and then compute expectation of x1 into x2 using the law of total expectation. Then compute expectation of x1 into expectation of x2 and compare. Why are they different? Okay, so given क्या है? Given we have D is equal to A. Okay, x1 and x2 they are independent. Okay, x1 and x2 are independent. Okay, so we will have expectation of x given D is equal to A whole square. Okay, this is equal to 3.5 जो expectation जो था, if given that it is coming given that the dice is A, expectation क्या होगा? तो 3.5 तो उसका square is going to be this, right? So it's going to be 12.25, right? Now by the law of total expectation, let me write here, by the law of total expectation क्या होगा? Expectation of x1 x2 is going to be equal to expectation of x given D whole square. Okay, which is equal to 12.4725 from the earlier parts. ठीक है. And expectation of x1 into expectation of x2, this is going to be 3.425 square, right? So this is going to be equal to 11.730625, right? ये हमने पहले के पार्ट में देख लिया था जब हम कोवेरियंस कैलकुलेट कर रहे थे, right? They are different because now of course they are different. Why are they different? Because the covariance is not equal to 0, which means that it is dependent. ओके, तो इन दिस आंसर वी आर एक्सपेक्टिंग कि आप ये बाय लॉ ऑफ टोटल एक्सपेक्टेशन ये फॉर्मूलाज लिखे एंड ये सब वैल्यूज वापस लिखे. कोवेरियंस इज नॉट इक्वल टू 0, व्हिच इंप्लाइज व्हाट? इम्प्लीकेशन भी लिखे, व्हिच वुड बी द आंसर, व्हिच वुड बी द टोटल आंसर. ओके, सो आई होप आप ये क्वेश्चन करने के बाद आपका प्रोबेबिलिटी का बेस और स्ट्रांग हुआ है. ओके, लेट मी नो हाउ मच यू लाइक दिस और नॉट, एंड लेट अस नो और क्या क्या टॉपिक्स पे यू वुड वांट सच ISI PEB सैम्पल क्वेश्चंस. ओके, थैंक यू.